Alright, greetings my friends. So today we're going to do exercise instruction class, and these are the basic exercises that everybody should be doing, and they come in from the sheet in the welcome folder that looks like this. And we're gonna start doing those exercises and show you how simple and easy you can do it. I have two of my friends and patients here, Helen and Ziv, and we're gonna do it from different angles, so this way you can be able to see it. We also show you a slight deviation and different modifications for those exercises, so just follow through and find your own way and just make sure that you do those exercises. It will help you, number one, to strengthen your posture, number two, maintain your adjustments better, which when you adjust it, it helps you to improve your nervous system function, and the third, just to be healthy overall. And if you never been examined by a chiropractor, if you've never been in a chiropractic office, so please find one and make sure that you're under regular supervision, because we are not liable if you get a grasp on those exercises and start doing it on your own for any injuries or any trauma that you may have. The challenge with all of this, because we always encourage people to have normal spinal motion and structure and function first, and then you start doing the exercises. Otherwise, those exercises may simply accelerate the degeneration process of your joints and your discs and your spine, so you may not find that beneficial in the long term. So by saying this, we're going to start. We always start from doing the warm-up, so let's just start doing the warm-up of the shoulders, just general rotation of the shoulders. We can keep it we can keep our hands and the thumbs on the shoulders, or we can do it just simply by rotating the hands back. So do it 4 to 5 times in your rhythm, in your comfortable rhythm. You don't have to go extra strong or extra fast. You can do it as fast as you're comfortable, and then forward, 4 times forward. So that just gives a good warm-up for the shoulder girdle, which most of the time some muscles are attached in the neck, or to the neck and to the vertebrae, to the spine of the neck. Okay, then we can put your hands on the waist and start doing just light extension of the neck and a flexion, extension. We can do it 2 or 3 times. If you get dizzy, you just need to minimize the range of motion, just do it smaller and do it slower, so 3-4 times. And the same you can do rotation to the side, so start from one side that you're comfortable in and do rotation to the other side. It's a good exercise not only for warm-up, but it also will train your proprioception and the vestibular apparatus that helps to maintain your balance. So don't ever go in a pain area. If you have a pain, then just stay within the pain-free range, and when you finish your 4 or 5 times, do it to the side, so ear to shoulder. Not the shoulder to ear, because sometimes that's what happened. So try to do ear to shoulder 3 or 4 times. 5 or 6, depends, because we all have different muscle tissue density and tension. So as soon as you finish, we can go to the warming up the waist. So basically keeping the hands on the waist, we're just going to do rotation of the shoulders. That will help to warm up muscles around the waist area. Those are core stabilizers that we're going to work on in the next 20 minutes. And do it on one side and do it to the other side. Yeah, just general warm-up motions. You can do it in a different ways. You can also go, when you finish rotation, we can also go forward and backward, just in the pain-free range, just general exercises, the same as we did for the neck. So 3 or 4 down, we can do stretch your hands down and do it to the side, side to side, just to stretch the side muscles of the core. Just to warm it up, not really stretch, because stretch is usually implies sustain hold. So we're just doing regular warm up, that when we start moving, muscles are ready to perform some work. Okay, and then we can put our hands on the shoulders and just do gentle rotation. That's usually oblique muscles of the core that helps us to just engage in the rotation when we need it. So we're warming up them as well. And because we're going to involve our hips, we would like to do something for our hips. So for the hips, I'd like to do a general motion. So if you are stable in one leg, so you can just raise one leg and turn it to the side. And you can do the same motion with one leg, or repeat like Helen just did. You can repeat one leg and then do the other leg. Or you can start from one leg and keep doing it with one leg and then just repeat it to the other side. So I'm going to be doing it with the right leg only for now, and then I'll switch to my left leg. So that's just a hip joint exercise. So basically warm up the hip capsule, that when we're going to do exercises that will help. And also for the ankles, so just if you stand on one ankle, you can do it like this in different directions, clockwise, counterclockwise, and change your ankle. If it's tough for you, you can do it the same way. Well, the leg is either on the toes or on the heel. You can do it exactly the same way, on the toe or on the heel. Just a general motion. Don't try to, reach the maximum capacity or anything like this. You're just moving the liquids within the joints. Alright, so now we more or less warmed up the whole body. I don't know about you, I feel a little bit warm. This is good. So we're gonna start doing this gentle resistance of the neck. So we always start from the front, so you can place your hand right on your forehead and gently resist it in the normal postural alignment. So basically the posture should be ear right above the shoulder, ear to the shoulder, and we can do this just gentle 7 to 10 seconds resistance and gently relax, never drop. Then you can take both hands, put it behind. Now we're going to do extension, and you pressing with your back of your head into your hands with the resistance 7 to 10 seconds. So you can count, or you can have watch that you can monitor. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly let go. Now we're going to do to the side. One leg, one arm down, another arm resist on the forehead. Not on the forehead, on the side of your head, and gently, like you're trying to bend your ear to your shoulder, and resist for 7 to 10 seconds. You can do it longer. Just make sure that the resistance is not causing your muscle strain. So this is really important, that you're doing it within the level of your tolerance, but at the same time experiencing some tension. And slowly relax and do it the same to the other side. So start from neutral and slowly start bending to the side. 7 to 10 seconds. Again, tension is based on your level of fitness. It may not be exactly tension of mine or Helen's or Ziv. Everyone is different, and we're doing it within your tolerance. And slowly relax. So now we're going to do rotation of the neck. So same motion like you're turning, so your palm in the area of the temple, not for the jaw, because you can dislocate your jaw, but in the area of the temple, and you're trying to do a rotation with resistance and sustain for 7 to 10 seconds. Again, all of those joints and the muscles, very important to do it in all ranges of motion, because when we are talking about stabilizers of the spine, and slowly release and do it to the other side. When we are talking about stabilizers of the spine, we want to make sure that the spine is stable from all directions and all motions. This is critical to understand, because we are never limited to one motion, even though we may be dominant in one arm or one leg, and slowly let go. So that was the resistance of the neck in all 3 dimensions. So we did flexion, extension, side flexion on each side, and rotation on each side. So now we're going to do stretches since we're in this position. I always recommend to do stretches after you finish your strengthening exercises, And stretches has to be held for 30 seconds at least, because that's when the nerve ending in the muscles have communication between the brain. So it takes about 30 seconds to establish new muscle length between the brain and the muscle connectivity. So we're going to hold it for approximately 30 seconds. All right, so we're going to start from flexion again. So we just gently flex our head, look down, and you can just let it hang. I don't suggest to do any stretch forward, because usually we are in this position more often than we should. You just need to tuck your chin down, and you feel a little bit of stretch at the back, like right at the back of your neck, going probably medial to the scapula, medial to the shoulder blades. So always have a clock around that you monitor your 30 seconds. And then when it's done, we're just gonna go to extension. So slowly go to extension. Now in this situation, what I'd like you to do, raise your chin to the ceiling and also raise your chest, like you're trying to pull your chest up. Open your chest up and sustain. With this, you can help with your arm. I'm gonna go to Zia first and help him, how he can do it a little bit, help with the arm. So put the arm in the forehead and not pressing down, but trying to pull it up. Not pressing down, you don't want to lock the joints, but you can pull it this way. So just gentle, gentle. And you can do it with your own hand, so I'm going to take Helen's hand and just gentle. Don't flip yourself over though, because the tendency may be that you're pushing yourself too much, because you know, if you're doing the exercises, most likely you like to get the best benefit. So slowly release, let go, and then we're going to do side flexion. So what I suggest, take your left hand behind your back. You can hold it for your waist, or you can just hold it for, you know, for the edge of the your pants, and then do the gentle flexion to the side that you like to stretch. Take your hand to the side that you stretch and grab it in the level of your ear. And then with this motion, you're not pressing down. You are pulling your head up and sideways to the side that you're flexing your head. In my example, it's the right side, so I'm tractioning down. So I'm tractioning up, I should say. And this way you would feel the stretch on this side of the muscle. Same, more traction up, not down, more traction up. Try to distract it more. Yeah. And when 30 seconds are over, gently release. Don't let it go instantly, just gently release the tension. And we're gonna do the same to the other side. So let's do the opposite side now. Right side, right hand goes behind, and we are turning our neck to the left. We're getting the head in the area of the ear, and we are doing the pull motion in the upward sideways position, and we are holding it for 30 seconds. Again, gentle. You know, sometimes we get too excited and we're pushing too much and we're causing the injury. So I want to make sure that you feel the stretch, but you don't feel the pain. So do it within the level of your tolerance of pain and range of motion. Don't overbend. I love helping people, but I don't like to hear when people get injured during the exercises. And gently release. And we're going to do two more, so it's a rotation. So now hand goes behind as well, and we turn as much as we can away from this hand, and the arm taking the head and help it to turn even farther in the area of the temple. And just feel the rotation, and again hold it for 30 seconds or so. Always better hold it more, because our nerves sometimes are slower than we think, even though they work really fast. But to learn something new, they take time, like something new, that like a new language or anything like this. And slowly release. And we're going to do the same to the other side. So now the right arm goes behind, I turn to the left, and we turn to the left, and the arm is resisting in the temple area of your head. helping the head move even farther. You're not truly pushing with your head, it's your arm that helping it more. And you feel the stretch in the area of your neck muscles that are responsible for rotation. Again, hold it for 30 seconds, and when it's finished, slowly let go, and don't let it snap. Don't let ever just stop the motion. That will injure your muscles. So we are finished with neck. This is basic neck stretches and strengthening. Now we're gonna go down on the floor and show how to do basic primary stabilization of your torso and your lumbar stabilizers. So basically your core, known as a core stabilizers. Alright, now we can move on and do some core strengthening exercises. By any means, this is considered above all and beyond all. This is just basic, simple, that everybody should be doing. And in future we probably upgrade for a second, third and fourth level of core strengthening exercises, but this is the most basic. So we're gonna start from lying down on our backs. We're gonna flex both legs up, and you can keep them on your toes or you can keep them flat, depends how your fitness level is. So I will do it on my toe, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna stretch the right leg down straight and gently pull it towards you. Right leg down. We're gonna do it only 3 times, but you can do it 15, 20, 50, 100 times, as much as you like. Make sure that you're working your quads and your abs are tight. So now we're gonna place the toe of the right foot down and use the left leg, and leave the left leg and stretch it gently straight. Keep your core, work your quad, pull it towards yourself. We're gonna do it 3 times. Stretch it out, pull it up, and stretch it out, pull it up, and make sure that the ankle is flying horizontal to the floor, and put it down. So now you can put your hands on the side on your elbows. Yeah, that will stabilize you, because now we're going to do rotation. So now we're going to lift your both legs. We can keep them on the toes or completely lift them up from the floor, and we can do rotation to the side. So we're going to rotate to the left and we're going to rotate to the right. And you can do it either in one side or do it subsequently right and left, alternate them. We're going to show you the alternative version, and you can do it as slow as you can, and also you can do it in the dynamic way that we move, or in static way, meaning when you lower your legs and you hold them. This is the static way, and you hold them, and you can hold them for 10, 15, 30 seconds, as much as you feel like your muscles on the both core work. This is for obliques, so we're gonna move them to the neutral and put our legs down. So the next exercise, we can stretch our hands along, and we're going to do a pull the knees to your chest. So we're gonna raise our heels and our hips 90 degrees and 90 degrees at the knee, and from this position we're gonna pull your knees to your chest by raising the pelvis, and slowly down. Pull it up and pull it down. And you can also do it like Ziv does. He can bend the knees a little bit. That helps out with the core, and stretch the legs out. That will enhance even more. So we're going to do 3 to 4 times, but you can do it 10, 15, 20, 30 times, as much as you like. So put your legs down, and then we're going to stretch your legs. And now we're going to do our curl ups. So curl ups can be done in any position. You can even do them in lying completely flat, or you can do them in a bending position, either keeping the legs down or keeping the legs up. So I suggest you to do it on your level of your fitness. So I would love to start from the straight. So what you do, you just cross your hands over your shoulders, like you're giving yourself a hug, and you can gently raise your shoulders and your head. So, and you can do it 20 to 30 times dynamically when you're moving it, or 10, 15, whatever you allow. Just make sure that your abs are working and your legs are relaxed. They will counterbalance, the weight of your legs will counterbalance the motion, therefore it should be easier for you. The second option, when we're gonna put our legs on our toes, and we can also do the same flexion of the torso, which engaging your rectus abdominis, which is this muscle at the front of your abs. We can keep our hands behind, just make sure you're not pulling your head like this. You're keeping your head and your shoulders are fixed, that your head and your neck is not moving, therefore you're not applying pressure on your neck. Or you can raise now your legs 90 degrees at the knees and 90 degrees at the hips, and we can also do a raising the shoulder up. That's the curl up. In this motion, what I'd like to see, I'd like that you maintain your spine is in stable position, so it's either flat on the floor, or even better if you keep this curve here, so you can put your hands down behind your back, keep your legs up, you can put your hands behind your back, and while you're doing the curl up, you can feel like your curve in the low back is not changing. So let's start doing it. Raising your shoulders, and your curve at the back is not changing much. So it may be just tiny bit of motion, your curve is not changing. You can put one hand and curve is not changing. And the static way will be just raise your shoulders and your head. Actually, my head is simply resting on my hands and I'm holding my core, holding my abs, and gently relax. So next, when your knees are flat, we're going to do a stretch of your legs. So basically it's one leg up, down actually, and one leg up, one leg down, and one leg up. So it is very simple. Let's repeat it 10-15 times for each leg. We're gonna do it less because we want to make sure we move on, and you'll get all the instructions what you need to be doing. You can pause it at any exercise, finish amount of repetitions that you need, and press play and go farther. And this way you can get as much as you need it based on your fitness level. Alright, now we're gonna roll over on our stomachs, and we're gonna make sure we're still working to strengthening our core, because not only the front is important, but the back is important, and the gluteal area, so those areas around the hip, those are also a primary stabilizer. So what we're gonna do, we're going to keep our heads up, or we can rest like Helen did on the fist like that, or on one fist, or on the flat hands, and we're going to raise the leg. So when we're raising the leg, make sure that the pelvis is not going up like this. Alright, so just gently raising one leg up, keeping the pelvis down and lower it down. Then the other leg up. Make sure that the opposite leg is not resisting, meaning if you raise this leg, you can also raise this leg too. So you're doing it just by using the gluteal muscles. So other leg is rested, it's not resisting. And also 10, 15, 20 repetitions. And if it's easy for you, what you can do, you can bend your knee like this and just try to point the heel up. And that's tougher. That's tougher. I have lots of quads tension, quadriceps tension, so for me it's really tough because I'm running a lot, so it's lots of stretching required. So, and then we can change our legs and do the same, heel to the ceiling. We can do it statically, just raise and hold, or we can do it dynamically when we move. Alright, and if you want to stretch your quadriceps, you can bend your heel to the buttock, you can take your arm on your ankle and pull it down, and then you should experience the stretch right in front of your thigh. And then if you're doing stretch, hold it for 30 seconds. Do you feel it there, Ziv? Do you feel it in front? If it's too gentle, you can push it harder. Just make sure you don't trip your quad, so don't damage your kneecap. And gently release and do the same for the other leg. You can take it from the outside or from the inside, anywhere you're comfortable. I like to do it from the outside and push it down. And if you're doing stretch, hold it for 30 seconds. Try to relax and breathe. Don't ever do any exercises on holding your breath. And gently release. So now we're going to do extensors muscles, right, along your spine. So this is from the same position. We're just trying to raise our shoulders and our hands and hold it. I always encourage people, try to look forward in front of you. Keep your chin parallel to the floor and hold it. This is sustained hold. You can also challenge it more by increasing the momentum by stretching your hands forward. That's tougher, right? Helen, does it feel tougher? Yeah. If you're not a tough cookie, you can keep it like this. It's all good. You can do it in static motion like Ziv is doing, or you can do it in dynamic like Helen is just trying to fluctuate a little bit. That's also very good. But when you're doing this exercise, not only the back muscles, you can even engage your glutes and tighten them up. And that will go higher up. So you can take your glutes and tighten them up. It will help you to go higher up. And if it's this easy, you can raise also your legs as well. So you can do arms, legs, stretch your arms, and you can do it dynamically, or you can do it statically, just raise and hold. And as far as you're comfortable to go, and let go, release. So now we go on our quad position, so when the arms and the knees are right below the joint, so my knee right below the hip joint, my wrist is right below the shoulder joint, and we're going to do cat and cow. So basically, when we breathe in, we're going to and out. Extend the neck looking forward, breathe in, flex your back. And when you're doing this exercise, you're just not doing through the motion and out. It's like you're resisting, like imagine that the air turned into a concrete and you're pushing it through. You're pushing it through, you're resisting it. Not just going through the motion, but inhale, back goes up, exhale, goes down, and your motion, and exhale, and take a deep breathe in and return to neutral. And return to neutral. Okay, from this position, we're gonna go bird dog. So we're already in the dog position. Bird is when we're raising either one arm or we're raising one arm and the opposite leg. So if you don't feel like you're stable, you can start just from the arm. So we're gonna start from right arm. Right arm goes up and goes down. Right arm goes up and goes down, and then we're gonna go next one more right, and next is gonna go left. Left arm goes up. So you can alternate, go left and right. You can do right 10-15 times, left 10-15 times, so 30, as much as you feel like your shoulders are actually experiencing some load. And now we're gonna go arm and the leg. So when just make sure you're not raising the same arm and the leg at the same time, because you're gonna fall. So it's always opposite arm and leg. So now we're gonna raise the right leg, and the left arm. So right leg and the left arm at the same time. And you can hold it like this. Hold it and look straight right in front of you. Keep your posture up, chest down. Right now you're trying to point your chest right in front of your hands, about feet forward, and you can do it dynamically. You can lower it and raise it again, lower it, raise it again, lower it, raise it again. The most important that your spine is not doing this, not extending. Your spine is not moving. That's why it's called stabilizers. So the spine is stable and we're doing the motion and it's needed. So now we switch our hands and leg. Now the right arm goes up and the left leg goes up and down. And again, static or dynamic way, any way you like it. If you're experiencing pain in motion, I suggest you to keep it static. If motion doesn't cause you any trouble, then you can do it through the motion. And you can alternate. One day you do static and another day you do dynamic. Anything that works for you. So now we're going to sit down, and this helps you to stretch your legs and quads. We are done with our basic exercises. There are way more to it. We suggest you to tune in with us and continue working and doing these basic exercises, and we'll do our best to upgrade you in the future for second level, third level, fourth level, and as far as you can go. Just make sure you start doing those, and it will help you to do a very good basic everyday core activities. Have a good day, and I wish you happy, healthy life. God bless. Thank you, Helen, and thank you, Ziv, for being with us.
Very
Really
welcome.
appreciate it.